Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Cruise Trivia. Hello to everybody who's in the house. We've got 15 cruise-related questions for you today, some of them with photos, some of them just from my mind. And I think we've got a good mix today. So if you want to do the questions, feel free. If you don't and you just want to have a cruise chat, that also works quite well. Hudson is lurking in the wings. He may join us, he may not join us. I can't promise anything. Hello to Richard, who's in the house, and Lou and John. Hello to Paul, who's in here. Hello to Sunny Travels. Hello to David, who is in Texas. Hello, David from Texas. Hello to Sean, who's in here. Hello to everybody who's joined us. Back again for another week. Can't believe how fast these weeks go. This kind of reminds me that the week is over. Don't know about you guys, but I'm glad this week is over. Looking forward to the weekend and chilling out. Hello to Scott, who's in here. Hello to Cisco365, who's in here. Hello to William. I'm not late. Yay. Hello. You're not late. You're perfectly on time. Hello to Mark from Florida. Hope everybody's had a good week. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I've spent quite a lot of time on this week's YouTube video. It's not going to be out today. Might not even be out tomorrow. It might be Sunday, but I think when it comes out, you'll understand why it's taken me so long. I have reviewed 124, I think, of your cruise plans to try and work out if I think these cruises are going ahead or not. I don't want to depress anybody. Some of you might not like what I have to say, but I think it is important. Hello, Bob, who is from Michigan. Hello to Jenny, says happy Friday. Yeah, things are slightly different. We've got kind of squares on the text this week. Very exciting. Hudson's off now. I went back to my office this week for the first time since March just to get some stuff. And one of the things that I found is this glass over here that a friend of mine bought. If you have a look at it, it's a cat paw. It's so unbelievably cute. Hello to Reggie and her man. David is here. He has a banana and grapes for a snack. That sounds super good. It's almost dinner time here in the UK. If everybody is ready, we will get on with the questions. We've got 15 questions. I'm going to go through all of the questions, then all of the answers. Feel free to shout them out. Keep them in your brain. If you just here to talk to me, then I appreciate that too. Hello to Todd, who's in here, my Patreon #1. Okay, I think everybody is ready. Hello to Gail. Let's get going with question number 1. Question number 1 is, in which country is Gothenburg? Which country is Gothenburg? Hudson heard that question and he has just left. He might come back. You don't know. I've made him his little bed here with his favorite fish. I wanted to show you guys something. It's not cruise related at all, but it is the best thing that I have bought in a very, very long time. So what it is I'm always cold, I'm freezing, and no amount of kind of electric blankets, regular blankets will warm me up. So what I did is I bought this hoodie blanket. There's a well-known brand that's very expensive and I went for an Amazon version, but let me just show you this. It is the best thing that I think I've ever purchased, and I'm wearing it every single day. I know it looks like Santa Claus, but it's literally just like, you know when you don't want to get out of bed? That, but you can take your bed with you. It's absolutely amazing. Past my knees. So good. So snuggly. Hello from cold and snowy Chicago. You know, I've heard rumors that it is going to snow here in the UK tomorrow. Where I live, we have had some snow in the UK, but yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath for it. If we do get snow, it's normally pretty pathetic. It's normally really small. As Shauna said, if anybody has any questions for me, if you can put question at the beginning in capital letters, it makes it so much easier for me to see. If not, I will just keep going. Scott says, will that be your formal wear on your next cruise? The thing is if I packed this would have to be my everything clothes, because this will take up a full suitcase on its own. It's absolutely huge. It's lined with like fluffy stuff. It's lovely, but I'd have to wear it to formal night, to the beach, to the buffet, everywhere. It would be disgusting. It is so good. Hello from Boston. Hello, Bill. Okay, question number 2 now. I tricked you with this one, kind of, you guys on the thumbnail. What does this flag mean when it's raised on a cruise ship? So I'm not looking for, it's not a flag of a country. It means something when it's on a cruise ship and it is raised up. What does that mean? I have got my squash here behind the photo. You can probably hear me drinking it because I have a proper microphone here. I have a proper microphone. I don't have a proper stand for it, so it's kind of wedged in the side of the chair that's next to me, but it works, so who minds? Oh, Bill says, question, looking at Alaska cruises, July 25th, what are the chances? Not high, not very high. I don't think the entire Alaska season is gone, but I think kind of the start of summer is gone. I'll give you maybe 10% chance. Sorry, Bill. Sorry, Bill. They're out of cookies? No. Okay, I think if you know that one, you know that one. And if you don't know that one, you're probably not going to know that one. If they had a flag for out of cookies, that would just be me on a balcony somewhere with a little flag. Okay, let's move on to question number 3 next. What does Smerelda mean in English? One of my favorite words, Smerelda. Question, what do you make of the lack of test cruises and what will it mean for the restart? The thing is we've been testing cruising for a really long time. In Europe, they have tested all of the procedures on MSC cruises and other cruise lines. MSC have been cruising since July without problem. So I feel like we've already kind of tested it. The thing that needs to be tested is that people can follow the rules, but yeah, I mean, what can they really do to test that? So I feel like we've already tested it quite a lot. Congratulations on booking your August cruise. Phil hopeful our September cruise will happen. Now you think August is okay. I think August is maybe 50-50 for the cruise that I've booked. I figure cruises will start kind of towards the end of summer, but at the end of summer, we will see British Isles cruises in Britain, maybe some local cruises in the US. I don't think we're going to be able to, fly across and do a Caribbean cruise in August. I can't see that happening. But if cruises do start, I think it will be a British Isles cruise. And I've booked a British Isles cruise for the end of August. I'm thinking 50-50. I really, really hope it happens. I love Princess. It's on the Sky Princess. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for it, but I think it could happen. And I'm looking forward to it. Vaccines seem to be going quite well here in the UK. I've got loads of friends who've been vaccinated. My grand's been vaccinated. So I'm feeling optimistic, especially now. It's January. August is quite far away. So I'm hoping something in August. And yeah, September, I think we'll have something. Question, do you think Caribbean cruises in November will happen? Yes, I think so. It might be that certain, ports are different. Certain places won't let you in. Some places will let you in. It may only be people from the US who can do those cruises and you have to stay together. Depends how things work out in the US this year, though. I don't know. John finally made it. Hello to John. Thank you for joining us. Okay, question number 4 now is which cruise line does this ship belong to? And it is the ship that is in this circle. So which cruise line does this ship belong to? Any guesses on that one? Wayne says, hoping for Regal Princess in June from Southampton. Don't hold your breath for it. It's not completely impossible, but I would say maybe a 5% chance of that happening. Not all that much. Not all that much. June pretty isn't that far away. I know summer feels like forever away. And last summer, I can't believe last summer wasn't about 6 years ago. It feels like in winter forever. But it is what it is. Lou has cruises in December. Hopeful for both. I'm very hopeful for December. December's very far away. I see some of you guys answering one that's not in the circle. Make sure you're answering the cruise line in the circle. We can see CMB to the side there, but it's not CMB. And we won't be seeing CMB around anymore because they don't exist. Which Croatian town have you been? Off the top of my head, I have no idea. Okay, question number, what are we on now? Oh, okay. Question number 5. You can tell I have Sky Princess on the brain. In which year was the Sky Princess launched? Which year was the Sky Princess launched? I'm looking forward to cruising with Princess again for so many reasons. I haven't tried the medallion yet, and that seems like everything I love. I love all the kind of technology that happens on cruise ships. My mum says Dubrovnik. Oh, yes, of course, I've been to Dubrovnik. Since I've just finished Game of Thrones and a lot of that is filmed in Dubrovnik, I think I would like to go back and see all of the Game of Thronesy things. I hadn't watched it when I went there last time. Thank you, Mum, for popping in with Dubrovnik. Question from Richard. Hello, Richard. Would our August Norwegian Fjords cruise on Cunard be simply converted to a British Isles cruise or ditched? I think they would have a hard time to convert a Norwegian Fjord cruise into a British Isles cruise. I suppose they could if they offered everybody a full refund and it wasn't you cruise and we'll bump you across. Could happen. It depends, because at the moment Norway is not letting us in, and without Norway letting us in, Norwegian Fjord cruise is kind of difficult. So I would guess that it's easy for them probably just to ditch it and make a new sailing. But then again, they're going to want people sailing, aren't they? So not sure. If they did do that, you would have to either take the cruise or get a full refund. Emma, you love Medallion. I have no doubts. I love every cruise line that has an app. Dubrovnik is my wife's favorite and it is a screensaver, says Lou. It's a very pretty place. Okay, on next, let's go to question 6. I had to write down the answer to this one because I can't remember it. Sorry. It is, which 3 Carnival cruise ship names start with a P? So it's Carnival per something. They don't start with a P. It starts with Carnival. But what is the next word? Have you ever cruised on a celebrity cruise? And if yes, do you like it? I've only been on one celebrity cruise. I've been on more ships just for ship tours, but I've only been on one cruise. It was only 3 nights long and it was a crazy party. Everybody was drunk. It was unlike any other celebrity cruise. So I don't really feel too qualified to say that I've been on a celebrity cruise and I know what it's like, because yeah, I don't think it was representative of a proper celebrity cruise. It was good, but I don't think it was representative at all. Hello to Emily, who is in here. Hello to Charles as well. If I miss you guys, I'm super sorry. I'm never intentionally missing out anybody. The thing is even if I scroll on the comments, it goes back to the bottom all of the time. So I'm halfway through something and it is gone. Mark says, when do you think it is realistic for cruising to return to some form of normality? I think through 2021, cruise lines are testing stuff. They're slowly restarting their cruise ships. Into 2022, I wanted to just say this is a bruise. I'm not just dirty. If I could wash this off, I would. In 2022, I think it's going to look more normal. I still think we're going to have masks and social distancing for 2022, unless, of course, we've solved all of the problems, coronavirus is gone, and then it will be fine. But without knowing what's going to happen with that, not too sure, but I'm feeling optimistic anyway. That is why I did book a cruise for August. I have a cruise still technically for May on Anthem of the Seas. I wanted to do a lift and shift because they're doing the same cruise next year, but you can't lift and shift things past the end of April at the moment. And I think Royal Caribbean have cancelled all of their cruises until the end of April, so I'm a bit confused who can lift and shift anymore, but maybe the time has passed for the lift and shift. But that would be really good because the price of the same cruise next year, it's like an extra 50% over what I paid. So it'd be nice to get that for that cheaper price. But the only thing I can do now really is wait until the last day, the final payment day, and then decide what I want to do. Sean says, please press the like button. Yes, please press the like button. That would be nice. And please, if you're watching any of my videos anytime, leave a comment. Even if it's about potatoes or something silly, please leave a comment. It does help my channel. Kevin says, looking at a cruise next summer, who would you recommend between MSC and NCL? Cruising with MSC is great. Cruising with NCL is great, but they're completely different. For a start, MSC are much cheaper than Norwegian Cruise Line. But on there, you'll find people who speak 8 different languages. Everything is done in 8 languages. You'll find people getting on and off every day, usually. It's very different. The entertainment is very interpretive. The food is very Mediterranean, whereas on NCL, it's very American. So your question, would you prefer an Italian cruise line or an American cruise line? That's pretty much That's pretty much a question. Both are great. I love both, but it's pretty different. I think I have a post on emmacruises.com about this. I definitely have some sort of YouTube video about this, but I think it might be Royal Caribbean and MSC. But for the purposes of this, Royal Caribbean and Norwegian are the same. So you could watch that. Lou says we need a love button. Thank you, Lou. I'll love you, Lou. Thank you, Lou. Spencer says, important question, favorite type of potato, hands down a roast potato. I don't care what you say, you can't beat a roast potato, it's impossible. Potato. I saw something the other day which was about watermelon cats, and I wanted to send it to you, but I didn't know how to do it. I saved it, it was a funny meme or something, and I thought, that's just like Joseph's watermelon cat. I want to show him, but I couldn't find you, but here you are. Okay, next question. What is the Princess Cruises loyalty program called? I didn't mean for this to be a Princess Cruises themed week, but clearly I just had this kind of on the brain. Tater tots. We don't do tater tots here in the UK. I didn't know what that was till I watched Toy Story 3, and then I had a look at what tater tots are. I think you can probably get them here, but it's not really a thing we eat much. Mark says, what are your thoughts on Disney Cruise Line? They've had some minimal bad press in the past. If you can afford a Disney cruise and you like Disney, you can't get better than a Disney cruise. If you're someone who doesn't like Disney, don't take a Disney cruise because you would go insane. And they are quite pricey. They can be pricey, so they are quite pricey, to be honest. They're out of my budget for sure. But if you can afford it, go for it. Why not? What about croquette potatoes? Every type of potato. Mashed potato, chips, we would call them in the UK, fries, you guys. A jacket potato, baked potato. Disney cruises are too expensive. Yeah, they are really expensive. Hello to Doug and Nikki who have joined. Okay, I'm going to move on now to question number 8. What 3 colours are on the Carnival funnel? 3 colours on the Carnival funnel. Helen says, hi, Emma. When do you think cruises will start back? Impossible. When will coronavirus go down enough that we can cruise? I think we'll see some cruises in the UK and the US towards the end of summer. I think it's going to be very, very patchy for 2021. And into 2022, it's going to get better. But it's not going to be normal for a long time. I try your potato joke on the other live streams, and I think people just think I'm crazy. I didn't even mean to do this potato thing. I mentioned at some point that you could comment potato on my videos and it would help me the same way as any other comment. And since then, I would say 1/3 of the comments are about potatoes, which is great. And now I think if I'm going to do in a video, if I'm going to do an example of how much something weighs or something, I might as well just say it in potatoes. And then all of you guys who are in here will know why I said potatoes. And you can be in the potato club. Medallion looks amazing. You can order food from your lounger and they bring it to you. That sounds so good. I can't wait. And I think Princess are so much better set up for after coronavirus cruising because they've already got all of this stuff installed. So I'm really looking forward to it. Question number 9. Some men can cruise for free by spending their time dancing and socializing with guests. What is the name of this job? It's a real job. You either cruise for free or you cruise very, very cheaply compared to a normal cruise fare. Not all cruise lines do this, but it is quite a well-known thing. Emma's Potato Cruise channel. Yeah, that might confuse people, I think. We need merch of Hudson eating a potato. I could just put everything kind of together. So yeah, he could be eating a potato. I'll be eating a cookie, maybe a cup of tea, some squash, a Pepsi Max, a llama in the background. All of these kind of like inside jokes would be cool. Emma, you need to replace this anchor with a potato and more people would join the club. That is such a good point. I have kind of special emojis, I suppose you would call them, for my channel members on YouTube. I've got a Hudson, a cookie, a pineapple, an anchor, and I can add a potato if you want one. That would probably be good, wouldn't it? Isn't there already a potato in the normal emojis? I think there is. David says, oh, I know that one. I've considered doing it. Bruce says, for a first visit to the UK, would you recommend a cruise or a land tour? I would recommend a bit of both, probably. If you can, you do have the time. If not, a British Isles cruise is a really good option because you can see the whole of Britain. Britain's not huge when you compare it to other countries, but getting around it is quite difficult. And you don't want to be driving, well, you can drive around the whole of the UK, but I would prefer to go on a cruise. It's a bit tricky sometimes. John says, has anyone had issues with future cruise credit? P&O have tried to charge me an extra $840 for the same cruise in 2022. If that's the price of the cruise in 2022, I'm afraid that you are just a bit stuck. It is a bit rubbish. That's the thing. If you have to pay for a cruise that you know is going to be cancelled, but they haven't cancelled it yet, even if you get the credit and then the other cruises are more expensive, you can end up kind of out of pocket. It sucks, but it is what it is. Mark says, what's the best cruise line for a wheelchair user like myself? I'm not sure personally, but I did another YouTube live with a friend of mine, Sylvia, who's in a wheelchair, and she talked all about that stuff. Definitely check that out because she's fantastic and she's an expert on this subject. Okay, on next to question 10, and it is, where was Titanic sailing to? And I mean, where was she supposed to sail to? Don't say at the bottom of the ocean or something like that. Can you have a live chat tomorrow? They changed my schedule and it's messing with my Friday Emma weekend plan. No, if that's okay. I do want to do more live streams, and I want to do not only just guests and trivia, but more kind of just casual with me, because they're really fun and I like talking to you just casually. So hopefully I will do more. Yeah, Lou, that is it. That is Sylvia. Her thing is called Spin the Globe. If you want to search for Spin the Globe, that is her website. Okay, I think you've got this one, guys. Let's move on to question 11. How much ice cream does Anthem of the Seas use per week? Not now. Obviously, she uses nothing now. Maybe a little bit for the crew, but how much on a normal week-long cruise would Anthem of the Seas use in gallons? 200 gallons, 1,600 gallons, or 8,000 gallons of ice cream? This is in US gallons, which apparently are different to the rest of the world's gallons. US gallons are slightly bigger, but imagine like a really big tub of ice cream, a huge tub of ice cream that you can get gallon tubs if you really want to. That would take up all the room in my freezer though, so I don't do that. Depends if someone died on board. No, Marcus. Well, I was going to say they don't do that, but I can't confirm that they don't do that. Some people say that if on a cruise they run out of space in the freezers for dead people, they'll put them in the ice cream freezer and they'll give out free ice cream. I can't confirm or deny that. I wrote a whole post about what happens when people die on a cruise, how many people die, but that's on emmacruises.com, and I think that's for another day. I can't confirm and I can't deny, and I don't know that I really want to know. Gallons, yeah, gallons is such a weird way. We don't measure things in gallons here. Too confusing. But that's how Royal Caribbean measure their ice cream, clearly. Maybe they get 1 gallon tub. Peter says, this is so good. Thank you, Emma. You're welcome. I hope you're talking about this live stream or something. I don't think I've given you anything else, but thank you. Robin just says, ooh. Okay, question number, the next number, 12, is if you visited Russia, Germany, Estonia, and Finland on a cruise, which itinerary would you be on? Which itinerary would you be on? We do measure beer in it. 8 pints is a gallon. I don't normally get to 8 pints of anything, Tim, but you probably would know more about that than me. Yeah, a cold one for sure. I've done this cruise in September and it was okay. Sometimes it was warm, but yeah, it can rain. It can rain an awful lot. But yeah, that's just, I feel like a lot of Europe, it's just unpredictable. That's what our weather's like. But I quite like it. It's got down quite cold here, and I'm glad I don't live somewhere where it's actually cold. When I say quite cold, I mean 0 Celsius for cold. And I know there's everybody in kind of Canada like, that's not cold, that's nothing. I know. But for here, it's cold. It never gets particularly cold or particularly hot in the UK. We're always just kind of drizzly, rainy in the middle with a couple of weeks of sun in summer, maybe a couple of days of snow in winter, but nothing too troubling. Yeah, Peter says, I think they use a code if someone dies on the ship to not alert the passengers. Don't want to ruin the mood. I did a bridge tour. I think it was on a princess cruise, and I saw the book that had all the different codes in it, and they have really specific codes. They have codes down to kind of like, someone has done this in the swimming pool, or someone has done this in the swimming pool, with all of these different lists. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry if I just put someone in timeout by mistake. I was trying to put someone in timeout, but it's tricky. Thank you to you guys who are in here moderating this for me as well, because it is tricky to multitask. Okay, the next question is, which cruise line sometimes brings on puppies, real puppies, on Alaska cruises? They bring real puppies onto the ship. It's real, I promise. I totally promise. Paul said, should have been on a Baltic cruise May 2020, May 2021, now waiting for May 2022, third time lucky. Oh my gosh, I hope that's good. I hope that's good. After all that, imagine if it's rubbish. It won't be. I just hope you get good weather. I really hope you get good weather. Yeah, that's the thing. The weather can be amazing. It can be sunbathing weather. You can come back from a Baltic cruise with a tan, but you can also not. You can also come back drenched. Okay, question number 14. How many inside cabins are there for passengers on Viking Ocean ships? Yeah, Tim says death is Operation Bright Star. Operation Bright Star, yes. Cunard allows pets. Yes, if you take a Cunard cruise, you can take cats and dogs across the Atlantic. You can't keep them with you in your cabin and take them to dinner and stuff. They have to live in the kennels on board. But technically, yes, you can bring pets. I don't think Hudson would like it, though. I really don't. It breaks my heart just taking him to the vet and putting him in his little cat carrier for 10 minutes, if that. I can't imagine taking him on a cruise. If I was moving and I needed to transport him across the ocean, then yeah, but I wouldn't do it for fun. I don't think so. Oh, Danny has a good question. Danny says, what was one of the favorite cruises you took that also had your favorite ports? So the best cruise I've ever taken was Singapore to Tokyo on board the Golden Princess, because it was incredible. Everything about that cruise was amazing. Every single port was so cool. The ship was great. The food was great on there. The entertainment was great. I did Zumba every kind of sea day, and it was really fun. Tokyo, if you've never been to Tokyo, you have to go to Tokyo. It's like being in some sort of movie set all the time. It was so cool. So final answer, Singapore to Tokyo, repositioning cruise with Princess. Jenny says, do you watch Cara and Nate travel vloggers? They seem to be living the dream. Not really. I know who they are. I don't really watch other people. I don't know. I tend to watch, it sounds bad, but I don't tend to watch people that are having a much better time than me. I tend to watch kind of documentaries about people that are having a worse time than me, and then I feel better, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's bad. Okay, last question. What is the currency of Bermuda? I would like to go back to Bermuda for sure. Singapore is amazing, says John. Yes, Singapore is so cool. Again, it also feels like being in a movie set, but it is awesome. Super, super awesome. And because it was a repositioning cruise, it was cheaper than if we had done kind of a closed loop. I'm a big fan of the repositioning cruise. Last week, Jim Zim just turned up to the stream. It was out of the blue. I know Jim Zim quite well. Like, we video chat occasionally on Facebook and stuff. So I know, yeah, it might seem out of the blue, but like, we're friends. So it's not so strange. Is Emma watching homeless people realities? Sometimes I watch documentaries about homeless people, I guess. But yeah, I don't really watch too much TV. I give myself like an hour to watch Netflix, or I have been watching Game of Thrones. And then you watch Game of Thrones and you think like, goodness, at least I'm not in this kind of strange world on Game of Thrones. I feel much better about going to work now. John lived in Singapore for 2 years. Cool. Okay, so we've done all 15 questions. What I'm going to do is go back to the beginning and I'll ask you guys. I'll try and put your correct answers on the screen. Sorry if I put your wrong answers on the screen, but we're all friends here. Like, it's totally fine. Hopefully everybody can get some question right, just because I feel bad if somebody doesn't get any. And I want you guys to come back So hopefully everybody's got something. Mike says, we love Bermuda, fantastic place, but very expensive. Yes, that's why it's quite good to go up there on a cruise, because you don't have to spend all that much money if you don't want to. Okay, so back to question number 1, which is, in which country is Gothenburg? Gothenburg. This is a safe space. Yeah, this is a safe space. This is a end of the week, chill out. Emma's snuggled up with her thing. This is probably the longest I've not worn this for since I got it. I'm wearing it every single day because it's so good. I just get dressed into daytime clothes and then I'm cold, so I put this back on over the top. It's great because it goes down past my knees, so if I sit down, I can just tuck it under. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yep, the answer is Sweden. Well done to Joseph and Jenny. Your little square down there, that way, is very small, isn't it? Would you like that to be bigger? Because I can change it if you like. Sweden, Sweden, Sweden. My options for that little box are, so this is what we had before, Sweden. I mean, there's a lot of like space there that I don't feel like needs to be there. So I'm up for a change. We can go with minimal, which is this one, minimal, bubble, which is this one, or block, which is what I went for before. So your options are minimal, bubble, or block. There's your options. If you could help me out with that decision, that would be cool. So yeah, the answer to that one is Sweden. Well done to Kevin and Philip and Pam. Where Batman lives, says Marcus. And well done to Ginger Joe. Peter says, my family comes from Sweden, but I'm in the UK. Interesting. Lots of votes for bubbles. Oh, you guys like bubble. Bubble, bubble. And the minute bubble is winning. Minimal looks good. Yeah, minimal looks good. Okay, I'll put it to bubble at the minute. You guys seem to like bubble. We'll see how bubble goes. There you go, bubble. Thank you so much, John, for your super sticker. You can be in the bubble on the side there. That's cool with you. If you, John, do not like the bubble, I will give you a chance to change it, as you are the super chat of the moment. Even my mum says bubble. I think it's going to be bubble. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Jackie says, my first Bermuda cruise was cancelled this week by Royal. Boo. Couldn't lift and shift either. Yeah, I wish I could lift and shift this because I got such a good price, but fingers crossed I can. Nick says, what would you recommend the best cruise to take for first-time cruisers cruising alone? I have a page on my website. If you go to emmacruises.com, Emma's recommendations for solo cruisers, it goes through all the cruise lines that do the solo meetups and the cabins and stuff like that. I think I could talk for the next half an hour on that subject. So head there. emmacruises.com is my website. Block, block, block. Okay, so on to the next question is, what does this flag mean when it is raised on a cruise ship? And here is the picture of the flag. So what does that mean? It kind of feels like a bit of a trick because it does look like a couple of countries' flags, but it's not. It means something. There's so many things I've learned lately about flags and nautical terms and all of this stuff. And it's quite cool. If mum says bubble, then bubble. Yes. Do you think cruising will require vaccines to cruise in 2022? I don't think that cruise lines will require the vaccines. They could, but I don't think they would want to. But I think the places you're going to could require a vaccine. So they would be able to say like, oh, we're doing a cruise. It's not our fault, but you can't go to Norway unless you've had the vaccine. So yeah, you may need it to cruise, but I don't think it will be the cruise lines. David says Poland has tipped over. No, not Poland has tipped over. Yeah, it is pilot on board. So, you know, when the pilot comes on board to help the cruise ship get in or out of the port, that is what it's called. That's the flag, I mean. Yeah, that's the flag, pilot on board. Well done, Joseph. Well done to everybody. They have a flag for absolutely everything. Scott says potatoes on board. I hope that would be permanently up on a cruise. I'm actually going on a cruise and they just said we have no potatoes. I wouldn't like that. I would not like that. Danny says, can I play trivia? Yes, we are playing trivia now. We're on just as question 1, and we're going to go up to question 15. Yeah, so pilot. If you put pilot or anything related to the pilot, you can have a point for that one. Good work, everybody. Okay, so the next question is, what does Smerelda mean in English? Smerelda. I have to say, Smerelda does kind of sound like a bit of a, I don't know. To me, it sounds kind of like a disease. I don't know. Danny says, how do I play? I just ask questions and you think of the answers. You throw them out in the comments if you want to. You can write them down. It's totally up to you how you play. The answer is emerald. Yes, how pretty is the word emerald and Smerelda? I don't know. I'm sure in Italian and someone who's Italian saying the word Smerelda, but me in my British accent, Smerelda sounds ridiculous. Yes, well done, Ginger Joe. It is emerald. Marcus says we are running out of words that end in A. Yeah, I think there's quite a lot in Italian that end in A. Okay. So our next question is, which cruise line does this ship belong to? And here is the photo. It is the one in the circle. Which cruise line does that belong to? Any guesses on that one? Not CMV to the side. Oh, hang on. I just need to get my cup of tea. Please hold. Oh, okay, got it. Warm me up a little bit. Any guesses on that one? I'm not seeing any guesses yet. Yes, it is Viking. Of course it is. Well done, everybody. Yes, Viking, Viking. Well done, Robin. Well done, Philip. Well done, everybody who put Viking. My goodness, I'm dying to get back on a Viking Ocean cruise more than anything. But yeah, it's quite out of my budget. It's just small things on that ship. So there's only about, I think it was just less than 1,000 passengers on every single ship. Isn't that the one that almost tipped over? Yeah, there was kind of it didn't almost tip over. It got caught in a storm and kind of the media went crazy about it recently. It didn't almost fall over though, but there's so many things. So I think it's just less than 1,000 passengers on a Viking cruise. Danny, there is no prize apart from satisfaction. I wouldn't even want to try and post anybody a prize at the moment because I sent a Secret Santa 8 weeks ago now, hasn't arrived. I feel really bad. Is this pointing at yourself, Daniel? Works a block from Viking headquarters. Oh, very cool. I was like, it's pointing off the side, but there's no one there. But Daniel, I assume that is you. 930 passengers. Yes, I knew it was something like that, Lou. Lou is Viking expert and has taught me a lot about luxury things. So thank you so much, Lou. What is this computer? The webcam is good. See, this is a Dell laptop. I have a MacBook, which I use for everything, but the camera on my MacBook is so bad that I use a Dell. Like, I'm a big Apple fan, like iPhone here, MacBook. But when it comes to the webcam, I have to admit it, this Dell laptop is much better. I have used before my proper camera. I have a proper webcam, but this one is good enough that I think it works. Okay, on to the next question now. So the answer to question number 4 was Viking. Question 5 is, in which year was the Sky Princess launched? I can't wait. Will we do cruising this year? What do you think? Yes, we're already cruising this year. I think there's 11 or so cruise ships cruising in January, I think, already. All in Europe at the moment, none from the US. Peter has got a Dell. Dell is the only B2B brand here. Interesting. Yeah, the camera is so much better on this. Like, I have to admit it. I don't necessarily like to admit it, but yeah, this is a really good camera. Yes, Jenny has got it, 2019. So fairly new for a cruise ship. I'm really looking forward to it. Well done, Joseph. It is 2019, yes. She is royal class, and I have been on the Royal Princess, which was so good. So unbelievably good. It's just, I don't even know what it is. It just feels so homely on a princess cruise. I feel very, very relaxed, but not bored. And I think that's the thing. The entertainment is good. The theatre entertainment is great. There's always live music that I like, but it doesn't feel like you have to do stuff all the time. It feels like you can do as much as you want. And I like that about Princess. Plus the food is really good. The service is really good. Everybody who works for Princess seems really happy. And the ships have about 5 or 6 swimming pools per ship. So much space per person. Yeah, I just like Princess. Well done to Paul. Well done to Belinda and Danny. Danny's gone with February 2019. I'm not too sure on the month, but if you got 2019, you can have the point. Adele rolling in the deep, says Bruce. Oh, Bruce, what are you like? Okay, question number 6. Which 3 Carnival cruise ship names start with P? So I wrote this down. Look at these, like, I don't know if people think I have proper notes when I do YouTube videos and stuff, but like this is my notes from the one I filmed today. Like, it's awful, but it makes sense to me, and surely that's the most important thing. We say homey instead of homely. Nah, I would say both words are the same thing. I wouldn't really say homey. Homely, I would say. Could be making that up though. Don't count me on it. It is, let me check my list. Yes, you guys are right, of course. It is Panorama, Paradise, and Pride. Well done, everybody. Not potato, 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 as Jenny suggests. Although we could suggest the Carnival potato. The Carnival potato sounds like a potato you would get at a carnival. I don't know if they have potatoes at carnivals. I suppose so. You should see my notes, says Peter. Is Iona on P&O like Royal Class on Princess? No. So P&O's Britannia is the sister of Royal Princess. So they're the same. Iona is not. She's new. Homely means not good looking or plain. Oh, that's mean. Like, I wouldn't say that. I would not say that. US gallons are bigger. Yes. Okay, question number 7 now. What is the Princess Cruises loyalty program called? I've cruised with Princess twice, so I should have some sort of loyalty thing with them, I think. Their one starts at gold, which confuses me. I would expect to start at, like, I don't know, just not a precious metal, work my way up, but it starts at gold. Hey, Emma, how are things across the pond? Things are good. We're in lockdown. I don't even know what, which is fine. I would like to see my family at some point. That's really the only thing. Maybe some friends, maybe go to the pub. That would be good, but it's okay. Vaccines are rolling out pretty fast at the moment. It feels like I've got plenty of friends that have had them. So it feels like things are moving in the right direction. Hopefully our numbers will come back down. But I feel very lucky to be working from home and having my food delivered once a week. Like, I'm the least risk of anybody, pretty much. So I feel very, very lucky. I spent years working in a supermarket, and that's a tough job at the best of times, let alone now. I feel very lucky. Yes, it is Captain Circle. Well done to Danny. Well done to Conky Wonky. That's amazing. Okay, well done to Belinda. Yes, and Mike. Captain Circle, that's it. Oh, Alison says it starts at blue if you haven't cruised. And then I'm pretty sure it's gold once you've done 1. So I feel like that's the kind of entry level. But yeah, why blue then? Fair enough. Fair enough, Princess. Yeah, gold after your first cruise. Lucky me. Elite, top tier, free laundry and mini bar. That sounds amazing, Paul. I'm platinum with Norwegian, and I am whatever the equivalent is with MSC. Black, I think. I think I'm black with MSC. Okay. Okay, on now to the next question, which is, what are the 3 colors on the Carnival funnel? Any guesses on this one? Jono and Hudson getting bored of your company? I don't think so. Hudson just takes himself off. I mean, same with Jono, really. Like, I don't think I'm that annoying. I hope not. Foxy says, how is the handsome cat Admiral Hudson? He wants to be called Captain Hudson. He's not here. He was here. He was here, and then he left. He's okay. He's not too bad. He has a girlfriend cat that lives next door. Spent most of today just looking at her through the window. It is red, blue, and white. Yes, red, blue, and white, or red, white, and blue. Any combination of those, you will get a point. Well done, everybody. This is the type of thing I find it hardest, is to imagine stuff like this. I don't know about you. I can remember facts about things, but when it says kind of like, picture this, the colors, I get all twisted in my thoughts. But well done, everybody. Most of you guys got this. Well done to Pam. Joseph says Hudson found love. He did. Well done to whoever guessed the correct colors. Yes, well done, everybody. Okay, on next to question number 9, which is, some men can cruise for free by spending their time dancing and socializing with guests. What is the name of this job? Was Tony from the Leader Loca on board here? He has not been on board today, but he does come on quite a lot of our live streams. And I talk to Tony quite a lot about YouTube because it's a strange place to be, and it's nice to have someone to chat to it about. So I think I'm pretty good friends with Tony. Well, he did say that he didn't like Hudson briefly, but I managed to get him to like cats. Well done to Richard. It is a gentleman host. That's what it's called. If you've put, yeah, I think I'm going to have to just go with gentleman host because that is the name. Well done to Richard. Well done to Marcus. Foxy says, please give Hudson a big cuddle from me if you can. I will. It is not any of these things you're saying. It is a gentleman host. They just do the hosting. They're not allowed to do any of the other things. They're not allowed to strip, as V2 says there, or any of that other stuff. That is very above board. They're just there to dance and be friendly because they do it a lot on Cunard cruises and other cruises like that where people want to do traditional dancing. Oh, Tony had Don's family vacations on live yesterday. Yes, I saw Don reached 100,000 subscribers. Very well deserved. Don is fantastic. He informs me of all of his like Alaska season stuff that seems very far away from me. All that stuff comes from Don in my brain. Danny says, bye, Danny. Thank you for joining us. I have seen them often on Cunard. I don't know. I've only taken one Cunard cruise, but I wasn't looking out for a gentleman host. So I don't know if I've seen any. Maybe I have. David puts it best, no hanky-panky. Yeah, no hanky-panky. Well, Alison has a friend who's an excellent dancer and worked on Cunard as a gentleman host. Yes. I mean, if you can dance and you can socialize, why not? Why not spend your free time just doing what you like? Like, that sounds amazing. I can't dance and I wouldn't make a very good gentleman host, I don't think. So it's not an option for me, but people who do it seem to love it, and why not? Okay, question 10 now. Where was the Titanic sailing to? I've been watching some Titanic documentaries, going back to our conversation earlier about watching TV about people that are worse off than you rather than better. I was watching Titanic documentaries about the people who came across, for a better life, and I much prefer history when it's specific people and I can see it like on a person level. When it gets to all of the kings and queens and stuff, like, I don't care. I want to know what it was actually like for real people. So yeah, it was on its way to New York. Yes, New York. New York, New York. New York, NYC. Well done, everybody who put New York. I really want to get back to New York. I have been to New York, but I would love to get back there. Not for the pretzels, though. I'm not a massive pretzel fan, Richard. Nah, not really. But I would like to go back to New York, especially in wintertime. It looks so cool. I'm sure it's crazy and not that cool. I'm sure it's very, very busy, but I would love to do that one day. I would love to do a transatlantic cruise and then stay in New York, but I would want to do, like go across and then stay for a week and drag it out. I wouldn't want to just sail across and come back. Kevin went 3 years ago. Ginger Joe says, "What I love pretzels." I feel like, nah. I just don't get it. It's nowhere near as good as just having like a good packet of crisps or a biscuit. Like pretzels, nib. I would eat them. Foxy says, "How is your grandmother? Has she been offered the COVID vaccine yet?" Yet she has had her vaccine. Peter says, "Did you get your coffee cup from Princess because of your social media?" Yeah, I think so. I think I got this I did like a ship visit on board for a day, and I think this is where I got this. Marcus is trying out his special emojis there. Thanks, Marcus. Okay, question number 11. How much ice cream does Anthem of the Seas use in a typical week? 200 gallons, 1,600 gallons, or 8,000 gallons? That's one thing that we say differently in the UK. I would always say 1,600 gallons. We don't say like 1,200, 1,400. Because to me, if you say 1,400 to me, I have to work that out. That's like an equation. We don't say that at all. I'm thinking about putting in my YouTube videos, my regular ones, just throwing this idea out there. I say a lot of British phrases and I like teaching people what they mean. And I like it when people kind of learn them and they use them back at me. It's just quite funny. So what I might do is the next time I say something very British in a YouTube video is just say like, keeping up with the cruises is completely knackering. And then I'll have like, that's your British phrase of the week. And it can come up at the bottom with like knackering, very tired, and have a little British flag. I think that would be cool to teach you guys British things, because it's something like 80% of you who watch my videos are from the US. So that might be cool. I just find it interesting. Every time I find out something new that other people don't say, I think it's perfectly normal phrase. And then I have to explain it. And I think, do Americans understand hanky-panky, says Alison. I have no idea. I probably won't be using that too much in my normal videos, though, that phrase. The answer is 8,000 gallons of ice cream. Who knew? Yeah. Hurt Thread 76411. You knew that one. And Ginger Joe. Joseph had a guess at 8,000. Well done. 8,000 gallons. Absolutely crazy. Same the other way. American explanations would be great. See, I think we know so much more American things than Americans know British things, because we watch so much American TV and American films and stuff. It's nice to see you looking lovely as usual, Emma, with a nice, stylish head of hair. Thank you, Foxy. Would that fill a swimming pool? Yeah, I'm sure that would fill a swimming pool. Okay, teach us English. I will do that. I have already recorded the next video, but in the next one after that, I think I'll start doing that. Question 12. If you visited Russia, Germany, Estonia, and Finland on a cruise, which itinerary would you be on? Peter is off. Thank you for joining me, Peter, and all of us. V2 was put in timeout. If that was me, I'm sorry, I did that by accident. If it wasn't me, then, oh, bad words. No bad words, please. Thank you to Sean so much for always moderating these chats. Yeah, please don't say any bad words, because YouTube does not like that. And we don't like that. Yes, the answer is the Baltics. Well done to Belinda. Well done to Robin. Well done to Richard and Marcus and Alison. Yes. Lou says, I'll be there in July. Yeah, I hope for you. I really hope so. Joseph has been working out the US gallons and ounces. See, we don't measure things in ounces here, so it kind of confuses me even more. But it's something like 5 liters if you're from the UK. I can't remember. Can't remember exactly, but yes, it is Baltic. Best cruise ever, says Jenny. Awesome. Okay, question number 13 now. Which cruise line brings puppies on board? And I have a picture for this, and I didn't show you the picture, but here you go. Puppies. There they are, real puppies. Real puppies, real children, real people. This is a real cruise ship, that photo. This photo was taken on the actual cruise that we're talking about. So which cruise line brings on puppies in Alaska? Yeah, I don't speak ounces and gallons and stuff. Too confusing. A plane got too low on fuel once because of the UK-US gallon conversion. That's so confusing. The puppy don't. Oh, Foxy, I thought you said the puppies don't look sweet for a second. They look very sweet. Yes, Pam, it is Princess. Well done to Pam, and well done to Kevin. Robin has put a little puppy here. Very cute. Yeah, they bring puppies onto the cruise ship. Are the puppies for adoption? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're part of the kind of sled dogs, I think. Is my friend Matthew. Hello. I have got them all right, says Joseph. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, you missed me in my live streams. I have been great. I have missed you too. You've come in right in the last 5 minutes here, but thank you for joining us anyway. The puppies look very cute, yes. So the answer to that one is Princess, and Mike can confirm because he has a picture of himself holding a puppy on a Princess cruise, yes. They were sled pulling dog puppies. That was tricky, not up for adoption. Yeah, that's it. And also, it would be very tricky because if I was on a cruise Like, why I can't really adopt a puppy from Alaska when there's so many puppies here to adopt. So I guess that'll be kind of tricky. So question 14 now is, how many inside cabins are there for passengers on Viking Ocean ships? David says he doesn't understand emojis. Fair enough. They're just little pictures you can put in texts or writing or anything like that. Z is Lou's favorite British word. Yeah, Z instead of Z. Z, I don't know. Z, I suppose, makes more sense. But then we say zebra. We don't say zebra. So at least we're consistent with that. Zebra. It's not really zebra, but it's a zebra, not zebra for us. Did you know in 2011 when the volcano ash, I remember that, over Europe, the Queen Mary 2 was overbooked by 1,000 passengers? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Yes, the answer is V2 put 00000, Pam put 0, none, Lou put 0. Yes, the answer is 0. They're all balconies or suites, no inside cabins on a Viking cruise. I put on here 4 passengers because I know that there are probably inside cabins for the crew. And I didn't want somebody to say that that was wrong. But yeah, it's none at all balconies, underfloor heating in the bathroom, mirrors that don't steam up, mini bars that you can drink things from, beds that are huge, balconies that are huge too. Oh, and it's amazing. If I could get the Viking team to design my house and design my bedroom, I suppose, I would do that. Hands down, that would be amazing. Joseph has got them all right and he feels smart. That's amazing. That's good. Like, I wouldn't, sorry, I kicked you. I wouldn't even get them all right because I always forget the Carnival ones. Hence another reason for the price. Yes, exactly. But if you have the money for Viking Ocean, I think it's definitely worth it. It's so good. Viking Ocean is the best, says Luke. Yes. Okay. Question 15, this is our last question. It is, what is the currency of Bermuda? I don't think we'll get Harvey to design your future home, but I would like Viking to do it. I like all that kind of Scandinavian woody themes that Viking got going on. Any guesses on the currency of Bermuda? It is Bermudan dollars, yes. Bermuda is one of the strangest places I've ever been. It's very bizarre for me from the UK, because you wander around and you're like, I recognize all of this stuff, but I'm very far from home, very, very far from home. Bermudan dollar, yes. The currency is the Bermudan dollar. It is indeed. Viking ships are beautiful but expensive. Yes, they are. But I don't mind if things are expensive. I think I am a budget cruiser for sure, but as long as something kind of the value matches the price, by all means, like, go for it. That's great. The only kind of problem I have is when the value doesn't match the price. Like, if something's ridiculously overpriced for what it is, I don't like it. I took a Costa cruise. There's very little included in a Costa cruise, but it's very little cost. So really, what can you expect? As long as I get my money's worth out of stuff, I'm quite happy. Yeah, Alison says it's quite odd. They go to work in shorts with shirts and ties. Yes, they do. Lou has a new record of 12 out of 15. Marcus has got 8 out of 15, quite average. 14 out of 15 for Joseph. Yay. That's amazing, Joseph. That's so good. I'll be really happy with that. Richard has got 15 out of 15. That's incredible. You've beaten me, and I'm the host, and I wrote these questions. Richard got 3 out of 15. I would still be happy with that, to be honest. If I got any, I would be happy today. Enjoying the chat too much. I always forget to add up my score. Sorry, Jenny, but that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Robin's not even counting. That's totally cool. No problem. Foxy says, can you dress casually on cruises, Emma? You can on some cruises, and some cruises not so much. There's a massive range for dress codes on cruise ships. Some of them you can wear shorts all day, every day. Some of them you have to wear a bow tie. It literally ranges that much. That's amazing. So I think our winner is Richard. I'm sorry you don't win anything. I don't have anything. And also, yeah, I just think, I hope that you guys are here just for the fun and to hang out with me, because I like ending the week like this. I hope you guys do too. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. I will be back next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic week. I will have my YouTube video out tomorrow or the next day. When it comes out, you will see why it's taken me so long. I've literally made a spreadsheet of, I think it's 124 of your comments, your cruises, and I've gone through and put together how likely I think they are for everything to happen. So it's quite a big one, and I didn't want to rush it. I want it to be good. So goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this too. I'll see you next week, same time, same place. I win by being here. That's the attitude that I like. Thank you so much. I win by having you here. So thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here next week.